Hey guys, it's Brianna with How to Extreme Coupon, and I'm going to tell you some tips on how to save money on cruises. So I'm going to go over what to do with cruises, on how to save money, and just tips, overall tips on what to do while you're there. And just to give you some background, we took a cruise about 2 years ago, and we did it about 4 months before. I found that was like the best time to do it about purchasing, because it was a really good deal. And so I'm just going to go over some tips on what we did to save money. What we noticed is that when you have to travel to the porting places, like even us being in Dallas, Texas, we had to go to Galveston, which is a really big port area, which was only about like 4 or 5 hours away from us. But you do have to pay for the travel there, so the gas that it would take you to be there. You have to get there on time and all those things that are kind of nerve-wracking. Then you have to pay for parking while you're there, and that can range from like $10 to $20 a day. And if you're going on a 7-day cruise, that can add up a lot. So what we found is that actually flying and staying at another port was actually less expensive, because also the places that you can go, like in Galveston, a lot of what you can go to is Mexico, and we didn't really want to go to Mexico. We wanted to go somewhere else. So we flew into Miami, we stayed there a night, and we were able to book the cruise for a really reasonable cost. And combining that all together, I think we went on Expedia, so combining the hotel for one night, and we didn't need obviously any transportation because we were there the night before. We just needed a taxi ride to the port, which was fairly inexpensive. So I would look up options of being able to stay somewhere else instead of something that's really close to you, and just exploring the different ports and seeing what would be the least expensive for that. And booking the ticket around a 4, 5, 6 month range before seemed to really work out for us as far as cost. Another tip that I would have is buying it on one of the sites that you can get deals from, like Orbitz or Expedia. Do a lot of research. I think I spent like almost a day worth of research just looking up the different prices. Buying through Carnival.com or Royal Caribbean, those places, they're really good, really reasonable prices, the same probably as you'd find like on Expedia. But Expedia will give you some upgrades sometimes, and they'll do like an upgraded room, or do the balcony for not that much more. And I saw a lot of different advantages from that. And also there were some drink upgrades. You could just choose an upgrade. So buying through that gives you the additional benefit of the drinks or the rooms or different upgrades like that. So definitely check out those sites, as well as the actual like Royal Caribbean or those sites as well. While you're actually on the cruise, I say take advantage of the food that's on there as much as possible. As exciting as it is once you dock to be able to go out and have fun, take advantage of the food that's on the cruise that you don't have to pay for. You've already essentially paid for it with the price of your ticket, so take advantage of the fruits, snacks, and all those things that they have on there. I think we took like bananas and apples and all those things that were something we could take along while we were docking. And we always ate before we left, so we didn't feel the need to, because at the docking places, they're going to be more expensive to eat there. They're going to be more expensive to shop there. So if you can at least not have to pay for the food and just eat right before you leave, then that's a good thing to do. Or stay real close and be able to like have a breakfast in the morning, be able to come for lunch, and then enjoy the docking places as you go there. Some other things while you're docking is take advantage of the beaches that possibly could be around. Those are free. You don't have to pay for excursions all the time, because the excursions are normally really expensive. And the excursions, if you wait for the dock, are less expensive normally. You are taking a little bit of a risk with that. We didn't actually end up doing any excursions. We just had a good time just being on the beach and just enjoying the different islands that we were at. So it was really not necessary to do any excursions, and we just liked being on the beach and just enjoying ourselves. And we didn't stay for very long as well. But while you're there, there's some really easy things to do while you're on the beach to just save some money as well. Before we left, we bought snorkeling gear for myself and my husband, and that was an easy way to save money because we could see all the pretty fish and turtles and all those things that were really great, and we got to enjoy the island and the beach, and we were there for a while and didn't have to worry about paying for, you know, a snorkeling tour or anything like that. And I think these were like $10 on Amazon for the set for each of them, so that was really nice to be able to have. So it's an easy way to keep your kids busy as well if you want them to find things or do like scavenger hunt on site, like, oh hey, find some sandals or something like that. But anyways, I'll put these down below. These were really good. We did a lot of research on what type of snorkeling gear we had, so I'll put the links down below of what you should, which ones we chose for ourselves. We did notice on the beaches that we did need water shoes. So we did get some before we left, thank goodness. But it was really nice to have because there's coral around, and so it was really nice to just have these and not have to worry about getting medical attention while we were there, because that's expensive too when you're there. But this was just an easy way to walk around and enjoy it. Another thing that I would take advantage of is the room service. That's actually included in the price. It's just regular food that you'd be able to have. Like, it's not going to be the most luxurious. Like, there's PB&Js and there's pizza and there's a bunch of different things. But the room service is actually included into the price of your ticket. And you can get it any time of night, and you can get drinks and all those different things that you didn't have to go out and purchase. Again, having to save money since you've already paid for it for the ticket, so enjoying that. With what we did, we decided to give like $1 every time that we got room service, but you really don't have to pay for that. Normally the price of your ticket includes gratuity, so that's another thing to keep in mind, is that you've already paid for the gratuity, but if you want to go above and beyond, that's really nice, and you can have a little bit of extra money around. And I would get like a lot of ones and maybe like a few fives, but having ones around is really easy because you won't have to give a 5 to just something that's little, and then you can just have that. But having that cash around is actually nice because it gives you an accountability of how much money that you have allocated, and you can keep to that budget. But those are the tips that I have for cruises, but if you have any down below, please let me know, and I'd love to hear what cruises you guys went on or what cruises you plan to go on. Thanks so much for watching.